let's talk about changes that have happened in the marketplace over the last 15 years. Right?
We've got all of these things we need to update. We have to update chapter 7, which is a whole nother conversation. We could do a webinar on that one because it was, but we got to update these things, and we've got to make it not only relevant, because Chet was brilliant at strategy, right? That was his whole thing. I'm going to just be a strategist because it's timeless. Timeless strategy wins over tactics any day of the week.
Here is your dose of the Ultimate Sales Machine, coming to you from the new edition. Visit ultimatesalesmachine.com to get your copy or multiple copies. I am your host, Amanda Holmes, CEO of Chet Holmes International. What you're about to learn has assisted 250,000 businesses to generate billions of dollars, working faster, better, smarter.
I've had friends who wrote the first book on Facebook marketing, and she literally spent 5 years in her basement rewriting it every 2 months because they kept changing over and over again. It's because you're not writing about strategy, you're writing about tactics, and that will always change. And so what you did was you were like, oh my gosh, the buyer's pyramid.
Yeah, can we have the buyer's pyramid up here?
When she showed me that, I'd read it way back in the day when I was a copywriter, like 20 years ago. And I was like, yeah, that's so familiar. I get that. I'm like, wait a minute. Because it's an upside down funnel, right? And so once we flipped it, and if you on this call, if you've been watching, like Amanda flipped it upside down, and now there's the core story that is the global pain.
Yeah,
all of those things.
I love what you had articulated for me is when my father first came up with the education-based marketing, it was before content marketing, right?
So he's the grandfather.
He started content marketing, right? So he was educating people on how to create a title that would get people's attention, get more of that buyer's pyramid. And now today there's 3.8 billion social media pages, and everybody's blasting out content.
Yeah. So we just had to figure out, how do we take content marketing and education-based marketing, which is what Chet called it, and turn it into something that's different, that can compete with all of these different channels and all of these different ways of educating people. Chad would have loved social media. He'd have been all over it. He'd have been, this is great. Oh my God, it's free. But we had to bring in something that was going to contextually relevant to these people, right? So it's, 40% of content actually makes people not want to buy from you.
Stops you from buying.
40%. So if you could just stop doing the right 40% of your content, you'd cut your stress in half right there and also get more people to buy from you.
Yeah.
And so you're creating relevant content. You're creating data-driven content, and all of the ways that we can do that just make every other bit of content marketing, education-based marketing.
So let me just dive into this. Can we just take 60 seconds?
Yeah.
So when we think about content, right, we start with the global pain. Now, the point of the global pain is to grab the attention of everyone. It's to start a conversation with anyone so that they start to want to hear what you have to say. That's your hook, right? And there's a way to establish yourself as an expert by talking about trends that have happened over time. Then we get into targeted pain, which really dives deep into what is keeping your prospect up at night. A quote that many have said, I love Bill Glazier's, is if you understand your prospect better than they understand themselves, then they believe that you are the one that has that solution. That's why we then go into solutions. And then in the solutions, we only have to solve a portion of that pain to be able to make them feel, wow, this person is giving me value, or this company is giving me value, and I haven't even given them my credit card yet. I can't even imagine what they would do if I gave them my credit card. And then we get into resetting of the buying criteria. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh my gosh. So resetting buying criteria is one of the things Chet loved. It's basically training people to buy from you, right? Because everybody has very unique sets of circumstances. There's awards that they've won, or they've been in business for 30 years, or they've won Inc. 5000 9 times in the last 9 years. All those kinds of little tidbits that people don't like to share because they're like, oh yeah, that was cool, but it was 5 years ago or whatever. They don't use those trust building elements and use those things as reasons to buy from you as opposed to somebody else. So what we do now is we create buyer's guides. And the buyer's guides, those buyer's guides are gold because they're the fastest way. You don't even have to have a ton of market data or anything, because that can take time. So it takes a lot of testing. But if you can just find 5 reasons that people should buy from you and reverse engineer an education-based piece of marketing material that says, hey, here's 5 ways that you could really double your sales, or here's 5 ways that you could completely destroy your company in the next year. It depends on which way you want to go with it, but you can go both ways, right?
Absolutely.
And you just create this one piece and then you can put it everywhere.
And all of that is so that by the time you get to talking about you are the number one logical conclusion. They can't go anywhere else.
They can't.
Because you've done all of these things. And this is what we've done in every industry around the world. And we're finally giving it. And it's in chapter 4. I added to it. You'll see the gray pages are all the parts that I added to it. So I made it really simple for you guys to find where the updates are. So when you get your book, you'll see the gray areas. It's at the end of chapter 4.
Make sure to get your copy or copies at theultimatesalesmachine.com. There's a lot of special bonuses that you can't get going to Amazon, so make sure you check it out at ultimatesalesmachine.com.